So, this New York City bodybuilder has been accused of shooting his parents, and it's pretty nuts when you really think about it. But let's get right into the story. So, the Brooklyn bodybuilder accused of shooting his parents at their sprawling Long Island estate Christmas morning, what a present, gave a stone cold dead stare for his police mugshot. So, basically, his mugshot is apparently really disturbing. So Dino Tomasetti, 29, a personal trainer from East Williamsburg, pumped a bullet into his 64-year-old mother's head and another into the back of his construction scion dad, 65, at their Tony Hewlett Harbor home Saturday morning, according to Nassau County cops. Dino then allegedly fled his parents' $3.2 million home in a 2017 white Cadillac Escalade, which a pal said he believes the suspect's dad gifted him. State police tracked the car using GPS and contacted the Mahwah Police Department for assistance when Dino reached that area, sources told the Daily Voice. And here's the thing, right? This is going to be like an assumption, but this could probably be something like this guy is so juiced up on so many different drugs for like bodybuilding, right? That it might have changed his brain chemistry to get him to get really out there. And maybe like he tried to ask money, like for money from his parents, and his parents basically told him like no, right? Basically, kind of like just based from like this small amount of information, it seems like this individual was basically gifted a lot or taken care of a lot by his dad. And the problem with having a kid like this, where they feel like potentially that they're entitled to something that they didn't necessarily earn, is that they will do whatever they can to probably try to get what they think that they deserve. Oh, so this is the mugshot. Wow. See, it is pretty disturbing because the thing is like it's like no emotion, right? To have like no emotion in a mugshot where you literally killed your parents that probably loved you more than anyone else in the world is pretty dark, right? Like it is like beyond dark. And not only that, I got a feeling these parents probably took care of him in every aspect of life. So it's just honestly, it's kind of scary and really sketchy as well. So the 235-pound suspect was collared without incident just after 2 p.m. Saturday and charged as a fugitive from justice. He remained held at the Bergen County Jail on Monday pending an extradition hearing to Nassau County, according to local cops. His parents, Rocco Tomasetti and Vincenza Marscano Tomasetti, underwent surgery for their wounds, the New Jersey news outlet reported. The father is reportedly in more serious condition. I really hope that they end up surviving. But at the same time, and this is dark, but would it be easier on the parents to not survive so that they don't actually like really like know like wait a minute, our beloved son just tried to kill us, you know? Like this gets into like a really weird situation, right? Like, feel free to give your thoughts, but like what do you think would be actually better in this situation for them to actually end up passing away from this or not? Personally, I want them to survive and live a very long life. It's just going to be hard on their heart to come to the realization like, wait a minute, our son just tried to kill us, allegedly, right? So Dina says on Instagram that he's a personal trainer at retro fitness locations in Forest Hills and Glendale, Queens. He boasts of personal records of 725 pounds in the deadlift, 625 pounds in the squat, and 550 pounds in the bench press. Don't bleed on someone who didn't cut you, he wrote in a December 13th post. Live every day with passion and purpose, he posted October 9th. And friends told the Post on Monday that they were shocked to hear of his arrest. I would say too, because like you're just gonna like end up shooting your parents that probably love you. From what I knew of him, he was a gentle, harmless giant, said Cody Olsen, a former teammate of Tomasati's on Hofstra University's baseball team. Olsen, who hasn't spoken to Tomasati in 2 or 3 years, said his former teammate was the nicest, sweetest person. He never took raw aggression towards anyone. He kept to himself and was super loyal. You could trust him with things, Olsen said. And this is the reason why I made that comment about potentially that maybe he is injecting himself with so many drugs, and some of these drugs might be mind altering, that it could potentially change his brain chemistry to go on a very dark path, right? Because I believe there are certain drugs in the bodybuilding community that do alter your mind while also giving performance enhancing benefits or make your muscles look a certain way. So that could be the reason why this individual ended up going down this super dark path to where they become super aggressive, even to the people that potentially he loves and that loves him. I would never know aggressive like that. He would be the one to break up fights at bars. He was never the aggressor. Well, that sentence just didn't even make sense. But basically, they were probably mentioning his name. Screwed that up. So Osen said Tomasade would drive from campus to visit his parents in the Escalade, which he believed was a gift from his dad. While the parents didn't really attend games, Osen said he never got any sense their relationship was strained. A friend who goes by Michael Monstar on Instagram also said he never knew Tomasati to be violent. Dino was always into lifting and always had goals in bodybuilding and like always trained hard and was aggressive inside the gym, but never ever would imagine him shooting his parents, Monstar told the Post. He said Tomasati had recently been hired as a trainer at Retro Fitness in Forest Hills, where a woman at the front desk Monday described him as a great guy and declined to comment further. I've seen him training people and working out on his own. He's buff. You can see the veins popping out of him, said a gym goer who only gave her name as Carla P. I'm pretty sure he can bench anything. His family's construction empire shaped the Big Apple skyline, according to the Daily Voice. Rocco Tomasati's empire Transit Mix Company reportedly provided the concrete for the Freedom Tower. The pumped-up suspect's late grandfather, Italian immigrant Dino Tomasati Sr., owned construction chain L'Aquila Group, whose projects included Goldman Sachs headquarters near the Ground Zero and the Bank of America headquarters, the outlet said. He also had been linked by the feds to organized crime, according to a 2006 report in the New York Times. The then 79-year-old Tom Suddy Sr. was under indictment for allegedly making thousands of dollars in illegal payoffs to union officials over a decade. According to the newspaper, he had denied the charges. Now, here's the thing. That's not really that surprising in New York during this time. And in 1997, Rocco Tomasati and his father were arrested for allegedly operating an illegal waste transfer station near the company's headquarters in the Flatland section of Brooklyn, the Times reported. L'Aquila also failed to disclose a 1987 racketeering indictment for bribing local officials to allow it to dump construction waste illegally in New Jersey, according to the outlet. The scheme was allegedly organized by a member of the Gambino crime organization, and the charges against L'Aquila were ultimately dropped as a part of a $25,000 civil settlement, the Times reported. So, here's the thing. I would not be surprised, right, if the reason why he did this was maybe potentially he got into a bad arrangement with certain people and ended up basically trying to ask money from his parents. They said no, and because of that situation, and most likely the amount of drugs in his system from bodybuilding, he could potentially have reacted extremely bad, causing this whole situation. Right now, the reason why I'm saying that is because in the bodybuilding community, there are certain drugs that can increase the aggression and basically make people psychotic if they overdose on it or take too much of that, right? So that's something to understand as well. And since this guy was obviously not natural, he probably was taking something that could affect his mind, which could cause him to react way crazy, way out of the norm compared to how he would normally act to his parents if they said no to him, right? So it could just be a bunch of these added stressors mixing together, causing this whole crazy thing. By the way, if you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go to 40inbox.com. Stay tuned for more news commentary.